Let's play darts. Ladies and gentlemen, a 100. My goodness, that's 2 back to back. I'm sure we hit a 100 last time. What is going on here? That's tremendous. After so many months of terrible darts, to deliver you at least 3 half-decent arrows is progress. That's a reason to be happy. That is today's prerogative. Enjoy the arrows, enjoy the darts, have a good time, no pressure. I am trying to get better at this game. I'm glad you're here along with me. Let's throw some arrows. How are we all doing today? It's wonderful to see you. Real honour and privilege. Now, as you know, we've been through difficult times. The struggle is real, the last 2 or 3 months. We've reset things. We've decided to change our mindset about what we're doing this for. We're doing this to have fun. We're going to have a really good time. We did that last time, we had a good time. We did trebles around the clock and did unbelievably. Probably not going to be as good as that today, but that's okay. That doesn't really matter. I just want to enjoy a session on the oche. So I'm going to do what I enjoy most. And if you ask me what's your favourite thing to do on the board is to throw at 19s. And that's mainly because that's where I'm best. If I'm being taken hostage by, I guess, 9 or 10 baboons, and they were going to do all sorts of horrible things to me, unless I hit a big over 100 on this dartboard, I would actually go 19s, even though it would be sensible to go on 20s. That's how serious I am about 19s. So if we can, we're going to definitely get at least a few 1-2-1s in. I'd love to give you, ideally, a 1-7-1. If we do a 1-7-1, that'd be beautiful. And yeah, we're going to have some good times today. There's lots to go through, I guess. There's lots been going on. Right, so shall we go? We might as well just start. So we're going to just throw 19s here. And there's only a couple of things I'm focusing on at the moment. One of those things is my head movement in between throwing darts. There should not be much. And you can see with the paintings behind me, you can sort of see where my head is in comparison to that static image. And we're trying to reduce how much I'm moving at this moment. Okay. Not bad darts either, we'll take that. Funny enough, I actually hit about 20 minutes ago my 35th 180. It'd been 2 weeks. I think I've only hit a couple this month, 2 or 3 this month. And that is good to get a little bit of a morale booster. So number 35 is in the bank. It's been a very busy morning, actually, if I'm honest. Lots has been going on. I've actually just had a podcast, my first ever one. I was invited on a podcast, Jack Does Darts podcast. I've put in the community notes where to listen to that. That will be out. I think this is going to be going out on Thursday. So you'll see it on there then. If you want to hear me talk even more nonsense. And yeah, worth a subscribe on Spotify to that. Really good stuff, actually. Yeah, the Darts of Jack podcast. He's had loads of people on. Very impressed with that. Right, come on, 19s. Port. Better. Lovely. The way that's flicking out of my wrist there. I want to concentrate on that feeling. Oh, can't even get the dart out. And yeah, all sorts have been going on today, this morning. The Let's Play Darts tea. Oh my goodness, I've got it on. Forgot to even mention it. Look at this. This is fresh off the press. 22 of you heroes purchased one of these. You will be receiving it in the next few days. It will look something like this. The Let's Play Darts packaging all set up. You're going to get one of these. I'm really, really proud and pleased, actually, with how they've turned out. I hope you do too. Love to hear from you when you've got one. Give us a tag. Get those photos up. I need feedback. So I'm really excited about that, and thank you to everybody just for, even if you just signed up to the mailing list and you're here for the ride, I thank you. Right, 19s. Oh, they're nice. That's what we're trying to get here, that sweet sound of tungsten. Samson possible, Samson pull out here. Look at those 3 darts. None of them hit that treble there, but that's great. We're getting closer. That's success. That's success, the sweet, successful sound of the tungsten. So my head obviously is moving. The other thing I'm just thinking about, or not too much, we're just trying to remove too much thinking, is this hand shape on the handprint. I hold the dart like this. We remove the dart, we're here. Now when you're releasing, if my fingers are getting in the way, it's going to push the dart over. I'm just trying to release and keep the hand shape the same. Does that make sense? That's what I'm trying to do. Those 2 things, nothing else. There is something else, if I'm honest. Another tremendous comment, as we do get from you guys all the time. This one was from a viewer called Blackie. Blackie said to me, great, if you look at the last video, read that comment. He used to play golf. And he basically spoke about what Daniel from Straight to the Point has spoken about so many times. We all know my drawback. I'm just throwing it so quickly. Everything is just too quick. And you see this in other sports. Golf was a very good example of where you're trying to rush that movement. It's not controlled. Therefore, every time you throw it, it's going to be different. There's no acceleration. It's all one speed. So you want to be just drawing back and then the speed comes in. You want to be accelerating. That means going faster. That's knowledge. Now, even though I know this, I'm absolutely awful at it. I've tried with this whole drawback business of just slowing it down, and it's been a real pain. But if you watch me on these 19s, or even today so far, I think you may notice that I am getting slower. I am trying to do that. And it may be the reason why I do struggle on 20s more. I feel, I'm not sure, I haven't done any scientific analysis, but I feel my gut feeling is when I'm throwing at 20s, I'm trying to get rid of them even faster. I don't know whether that's just because I'm not comfortable, panicking, but we're just slowing things down a bit and releasing. Not so bad. Yeah, that jerkiness you get with trying to get rid of that dart so quickly. And I think this is all of these things we're trying to get better at. Lots of you are probably okay on some of this stuff. Your problems might be different. I see a lot of you playing, and I do see that the drawback on a lot of you guys is much slower and more appropriate. But for me, it's something I need to fix. See, they're all good. If you just watch me today on these 19s, you'll think this guy is pretty decent at darts. This is the only number I can nail a lot. And I think I'm going to change my tactics in matches. And this has been something that's been in my head for a while. There's a little bit of shame involved, I feel, when you're just throwing at 19s. You should be brave and bold and throw at 20s, even though you know it gives you a worse score. Am I punishing myself in the future by not just throwing badly at 20s and getting better at it and just forgetting about it and throwing more at 19s? I don't know what to do. But the tactics I'm going to do from now on, only in matches, of course, is I'm going to throw at 20s. And then when my average drops down to a level I'm like, oh, I'm scoring really badly, I'm going to throw at 19. So if my average goes down under 50, I'm just going to throw at 19 till it goes back up and then switch to 20s. Don't know if that's a good idea or not, but that's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking. Especially at the moment, just to raise morale. And also, if I can get perfect on the 19s, or at least decent, then surely there's going to be some overspill into my other, when I'm throwing at 20s, when I'm throwing at doubles. And I guess all I just want to do eventually is replicate how I throw on 19s on the top half of that board. So shall we just throw 3 at 20? Okay, and I'm conscious now of the speed of my drawback. Now that's more handprint. So is that. That's handprint. So is that. They've just dragged over because it must be, my fingers are not, I'm just not releasing properly with a proper hand for that to happen. And then we throw out 19s and they're all going to land lovely. The handprint isn't a problem here. Is it confidence? Is it mind? I'm not sure. It's better. It's good. I do feel like that's slowing. It is slowing down, right? Does anybody notice me slowing down on that drawback? I feel like so. I feel like it. And the darts are better. Not that one. Not so bad. Right. I think at this point now I've got to be a bit more confident. Let's try and get some more trebles in. Wow. Maybe I should have quit while I was ahead. But it is better. It's been more consistent today. It was more consistent yesterday as well. Not very many bad darts. Normally I'm extremely all over the place. Ups and downs like your Aunt Linda after a bottle of Chardonnay. Poor. That's even worse. .59 there. Want to get a little bit better grouping here, if we can. That'd be ideal. Really poor. Really poor. So what a comment, by the way, I also had involved in that comment was when you're throwing badly, you're not enjoying it as well. You don't want to be practicing bad habits. You don't want to just be getting in an hour training, let's say, every day, and you're half an hour in, let's say, and things are just going dreadfully. Your mind, you're starting to throw your darts around. You're just mentally in the wrong place. Everything you're throwing is bad because you're doing something wrong with your technique and you know it. Step away. Step away. Don't practice and over practice bad habits. I'm saying this to myself because this is something I need to do. That's better. That's lovely. Poor. Maybe I'm throwing them too hard as well. I'm not sure. We're not going to really dwell too much on these things because next video is the end of the month. We're going to have to go through the average, just announce it. It's going to be a shambles. It's going to be the worst we've had yet. I'm going to move forward. We've already moved forward. We've already dealt with this. We've processed it. Things aren't good. They're going to get better. 100% they'll get better in August. I think. Look at those. I mean, they're beautiful and they're not beautiful. The grouping is unbelievable. They've all settled beautifully into the treble there. You won't see 3 better darts unless you were actually aiming for a different number, which I was. But I'll take that because that shows that I'm throwing them consistently, and that is a proper Samson pull out there. That is one for the ages. We've got to take the positives of that. Not so bad. Two out of three have been decent darts today. This is all progress. This is all good. This is all things I've got to say, Samson, well done. You're heading in the right direction. Let's not be negative. Good. So yeah, we'll end up doing, got to probably do a little bit more doubles as well in August. Not enough doubles. I think my doubles, when I'm throwing well on doubles, it gives me so much more confidence and a lot more happiness. So doubles will probably need to be doing a bit more. More matches against you guys. Got to get one of you in. We've got to beat Dartbot 7. And we don't have to. But we will be playing him a couple of times. It'd be nice to get that final victory. It's got to happen at some point. Played him yesterday, lost 3-0. His time is going to be up though before the end of the year. You heard that, Dartbot. You heard it with your robotic ears. Your software-based body. Bit smoother today. I'm not sure I'm throwing good compared to a month ago. I'm obviously still making many mistakes, but I'm throwing a little slower or drawing back a little slower, and I'm doing okay. And I think that this is what I need to really do. You know, when things are going, when I'm playing matches or I want to, maybe I'm not throwing particularly well, I want to concentrate on my head movement, my hand print, but just generally, let's see if I can slow that draw back down finally. Even a little bit, I think it would be more controlled. I think it's probably the weakest part of my throw. I promised a 1-2-1 today. We're running out of time significantly. When I say 1-2-1, it's just that I normally put the third dart into the 7s. So a 1-1-4 will be fine. Rushed, totally rushed. Don't want to speed things up. Don't want to just revert back to where my drawback is so fast. Right, we'll throw 3 more. It's been a nice session today. Nothing too stressful. Building morale back up. Changing the mindset. Oh, shame about that last one. Thought we might be able to give you something to write to your nan about. Not a bad session. Comfortable in the 19, so it was an easy one for me. I enjoyed myself. That's all you could. That was the prerogative at the start of the session. Didn't throw terribly. We move on. It's another good one. Another one in the books. Time to build on this. Time to build on the mindset more than anything. Be a little bit more realistic, I suppose. Thank you, everybody. It's always good to see you.